Howdy people, we are live. It is Wednesday, June 19th. The time is 11:02 p.m. and it's about 26 degrees Celsius. I'm here at a park just north of Danforth Avenue. I'm just pulling the chat up here. Which I am clicking YouTube here and my phone, oh there we go, wasn't bringing it up. I see Sheena Roberts here, Jellybean, Gertej, Marge, Marcus, Jeanette, Vivian Johnson, Wesley, Anita, Sebastian, Dave and Bangor, Maine, Brett Mallon, Espero, and everyone else. Thank you for tuning in. Every once in a while I do about once a week, I do a stream in the morning instead of posting a video, and that would be this one. I came out to this neighborhood to walk a dog for a friend who, one of the owners is on vacation. So I thought since we're over here, we might as well get to streaming. And we're gonna go check out all the construction going on around Pape Station in a minute. It is quite the gong show over there. Can we go this way? Let's see. I'm about half a block east of Woodycrest Avenue. Life with James is here. Deborah, Zach McNally. Just a friendly reminder to hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't, or dislike and unsubscribe. And if you want to be notified of my next live, do hit the bell. Look at this, someone has basically built a house on the back of these retail buildings. That is neat. Esperos is probably a few degrees cooler in the parkettes than it'll be on the sidewalks. Yeah, it's pretty muggy and humid. I think the humidity is like 53%. In my apartment yesterday, it was at 73% humidity. I'm sure my plants were loving it, but this is the kind of weather where you go outside for 5 minutes and you go inside and you gotta shower. It's pretty gross. But today is nicer than yesterday in that sense. And we have stumbled upon an electric FedEx vehicle. Josephine from England. There is Wingstop. People go crazy for this place, but the few people I know that have tried it didn't say good things. Drew says 78% humidity in Yorkville. That is nuts. Josephine says I'm out walking in the heat. Yeah, Toronto is under a heat warning. Much of the province is. Yesterday I went out and did a couple of e-scooter videos. I did one for channel members and Patreon supporters. I did another one for GoTrax. Monday I just did a live stream, and I think today all I'm gonna do is this live stream. Brett Mallon won a family pack from Wingstop when it opened, and even for free food it wasn't that good. Straw Hat Lucas RMA, that is neat. Espero says it hit 35 Celsius with the Humidex. yesterday in Niagara Falls. Well, I wanted to do this stream a little earlier so it would be cooler out. I was in the area like an hour ago walking Charlie. And then I just kind of had a coffee and relaxed till 11. But look at this. They are preparing Pape Station for a second platform, and that'll serve the Ontario line, which runs north-south through here. This used to be a block of retail and apartments. And some beloved local businesses were cleared out, and a number of people were kicked out of their homes. Marge, $5 for an iced coffee to keep it cool. Thank you, Marge. Maybe I'll get an iced coffee on stream, but that won't be for quite a while. And Henry, $25 for a refreshing beverage. Refreshing beverage, or 3 or 4, Henry. Thank you so much, from Toronto Tech and Transit. Thank you, Marge. Thank you, Henry. I had the pleasure of streaming alongside Henry last week. We both checked out the Shake Shack opening, but look at this. What could that massive beam be for? So you'll notice if you go to Google Maps and view from above, there's this sort of series of linear parks and parking lots. These used to be homes, but they built line 2 using a cut and cover method. So the subway runs underneath this strip. This is actually the same stretch where the park where I started this is on. But now they're building the Ontario line. And if you're wondering, it's not actually set to open for at least 10 years at minimum. Don May says for setting up the crane. Julie says CP24 just updated the Toronto temperature to 27 degrees Celsius with a humidex of 36. Well, this is an entrance to Pape Station, but it is sealed off from the rest of the station. I wonder if people in the area in their homes can feel the subway. I imagine the people nearby might. They would at least hear it. They're certainly getting a heavy dose of construction. I mean, this is much needed. Metrolink's not exactly known for going about things the right way or being efficient. I'm in a construction site, but I'm also at a subway entrance. Was the weather when you went to Thailand like this in Toronto in terms of temperature and humidity, says Mike? It was a bit of a drier heat. It was definitely hotter in Thailand. A lot of those days felt more like 40. But I would say neither of them are particularly pleasant. Although I was in Thailand when it was winter here, so it was actually kind of welcome. But all of this to add a subway platform and another line to Pape Station. When I lived in Korea, I lived at Gangnam Station, which had a few lines, including the busiest line in the country. And they once added a new line and opened up a new platform, and you couldn't even tell from street level they were doing it. It was so discreet. Literally just one day, hey, the Shinbundong line is open. Neat. Where did this come from? Here in Toronto, though, they raise an entire block, and they take over a decade to build what would take 4 or 5 years elsewhere. AK is back in NYC. Yeah, I've been talking to him. It's good to have Action Kid back on the continent. Broom Wagon Cyclery. Simons Gordon says you should do some world travel in the future like Thailand. I recommend Thailand. You get food, beaches, weather, and it's cheap. Charlie asking which of my cameras is easier in terms of working with the files and the least editing possible. I think that's hands down the camera I'm using now, the DJI Pocket 3. And since it has a built-in gimbal, stabilization is included. There's the Momo House. I've had many a Momo at that place. It is quite excellent. Darwin is off for school for Juneteenth. I don't think we celebrate that in Canada. But happy Juneteenth to everyone south of the border. I know it's a significant day for our neighbors to the south. But we're gonna go check the madness out at Pape Station just to show you what it's like from the main entrance, where they have closed the bus bays. You have to grab your bus at street level, or rather on the street. Gertej asking what's for lunch. I'll find out after the stream. I have no idea. Maybe we could eat some plants for lunch. But this is where you would have been able to walk over to that Lipton entrance where we just were, but they have blocked it off completely. And this is also where buses would pull out. But it is sounding like a war zone at Pape Station. Look at this thing. Muggy, hazy, and noisy construction. That guy's just sitting there enjoying his coffee, listening to that. And this is where you catch the bus now. There's a 72C, a couple of 72Cs. Noisy, noisy, noisy. Noisy but necessary. We needed that transit yesterday, so at least they're building it. And there is Suvlake. That place is fantastic. I'll give you a tip if you're in the area. Anything Suvlake sells on Uber Eats, just call them and order it for a pickup and then go get it. It'll be much cheaper, and then you're not giving Uber a cut. Jeanette, $5 towards your lunchy. Going to visit my daughter. Have a great day, Johnny and pals. Jeanette, hope you have a good lunchy. Oh no, that's for my lunchy. Sorry, I'm barely awake. Going to visit your daughter. Have a great day. I hope you have a great day, Jeanette. Enjoy your Juneteenth holiday. Thank you so much. This is Danforth. We are in Greektown. Henry greeting Sebastian. Are you going live in this muggy weather later, Henry? I went to that cafe on a stream once. But it's actually kind of pleasant out. There's a nice breeze. There's Pape Market. I say kind of pleasant, then the breeze stops it. It is instantly gross. Which street is this, Jang? This is Danforth. I once heard another YouTuber call it, really, they were like, really, it's just Bloor Street East. And no, it is not. It was connected to Bloor Street East with the viaduct. Buffalo boneless wings at Smoked Poutinery. And this is nice, friendly neighborhood. This is an excellent neighborhood. You're on the subway. No shortage of great places to eat. G. Jackie Roxas is here. Rival Sports Pub. Last time in this area, I went to that Baskin Robbins. I had myself a chocolate mousse royale. Also, this place, the Sinaloa factory, they have another location in Kensington Market. On Tuesdays, they have 3 tacos for 12 bucks, and their tacos are top shelf. They are fantastic. You'll be hard pressed to find a better deal on tacos of that quality anywhere in the city. Last time there I had 3 tacos and a Modelo, and my bill was like 20 bucks. Plus tax and tip, it came out to like 27, but that is still a lot better than if there wasn't a deal. There's a place I've never been to, Tacos Morris. And that is where Popeyes used to be. Jelly Bean says Taco Bell is cheaper. Yeah, and the meat and ingredients come out of a gun at Taco Bell. You're basically comparing real food to processed junk, but still, Taco Bell is delicious. This place, Casa Manila, I want to say it's good. I've been there a number of times. But if you're coming here for a meal on the patio in the afternoon, I recommend being on the north side of the street. As if you're on the south side, you tend to be baking directly into the sun, or directly in the sun on a clear day. It's more shade naturally. On this side, Alexandros. Alexandros is excellent as well. I recommended Soup Lake earlier. Well, this place way over there is just as good. The meat is infamous pink slime. Oh, look at this. They're building these Greek-style columns. I wonder if they're going to paint them. Apparently in ancient Greece, everything was painted bright, colorful, or with bright colors. It wasn't all just kind of white and off-white like we think of it today. I've seen a few different videos talking about that. So what we think of when we think of ancient Greece is quite contrary to what the reality of it is, or was. Shams is very hot weather. It's really just the mugginess. We've had days that were this hot where it felt fine. I think it's only 26. T.O. Pantheon. So if you're wondering where we are, this is Greektown. There's what used to be Papa's Grill, it's now Mez's. They've done a great job with that space. All right, Henry, have a great day yourself. All the food talk made us hangry. Well, if you're hungry in the neighborhood, Stacked is a good place to get a breakfast or brunch. And it's reasonably priced. They have a location at Queen and Spadina. And there is Louis Cypher. They are no more. smoothies. It's a little too early for a drink. There's Megas. I'm gonna put the camera down just for 1 sec. Hopefully this restaurant doesn't mind. Thank you, restaurant. Halo Halo is Filipino dessert. The more you know. There's Astoria. Action Kid is from Astoria, Queens. And he ate at this restaurant when he was in town. Chester Station is just to the right. And I think that's a pretty high-end bridal shop. Lisa is in the house. Chico and the man. Trinacria Espresso. Not sure it's necessary, but I've put the shades on. Good morning, Hero Harmony. Just waving at waving at someone I know who works in that book city. What was funny is the guy working with her, I knocked on the window and waved, and the guy working with her like looked back and waved at me as if he knew me. I'll let this car turn. All right.
What is the family?
You're gonna laugh. Envelopes.
Jatton says, too bad the Taste of Danforth is canceled this year. Yeah, I know some people in the neighborhood, as well as some business owners, that aren't too thrilled with the Taste of the Danforth. So I think not having it is a blessing in disguise for a lot of people in the area. It used to be sort of the big street festival to go to every year, but it got overshadowed by Dundas West Fest and Taste a Little Italy and some other ones. And it came, or it always comes at the end of summer when everyone's all kind of festivaled out. Originally, the festival organizers, or a few years ago, threw a hissy fit over the addition of the bike lanes, claiming it's not possible to have a street festival with bike lanes installed. Their inner NIMBYs were showing a little too strong on that. So I have mixed feelings. I think it's sad to those that like the festival, but ultimately not a big loss. And a lot of local businesses say they have better business when there is no street festival and they don't have to pay vendors' fees. Their patios fill up just fine on a nice weekend as it is. This is Plater Boulevard. Taste of street is something you scrape off the pavement. Sean Parker is here. And we are already at 469 viewers. Thank you so much for tuning in. Just a reminder to hit that like button and subscribe if you want to be notified when the next live is coming up. Then do hit the bell. If this weather keeps up, my next stream will be on the bike or scooter, I think. Phil says, good evening from Germany. We need Johnny to reach 1 million subscribers. I don't know about that in this lifetime. I'm happy with the amount we have. Good morning, Emma. So I've been to the Wren a few times and the Wood Owl. Those are way off towards Greenwood in the other direction. Am I planning to go to the beach this summer? Which beach? I'm sure there'll be content from the beaches neighborhood. I'll be overseas in a month, although there may or may not be a beach involved in that trip. There's the Danforth Music Hall with a tour bus in front of it. Pace? I can't make out the name of the band that's playing tonight. Cobb's Bread. I don't know about streaming from the Toronto Islands. The connection is not great over there. I didn't even get out there last year. I did the year before and the year before that. PVRIS, says Lisa. You've never heard of them. That makes two of us. All right, I feel like we've gone south on Broadview here fairly often. So if it's okay with you, maybe we'll keep going west on Danforth and cross over into downtown. Across the street is Shotokan Karate. WKF former world champion Sensei Don Ritter teaches there, and you train there? Somewhere over there. I probably walked past it a while ago. Emma is at Danforth in Maine. You're right near one of the best comedy spots in the city. A lot of great restaurants there. Go south on Main Street and it's quite charming. Beaches neighborhood within reach. Okay, Joe Bond says, sure, let's go west. Oh, we missed it. The tree was blocking the sign. Okay, we'll go west to at least Parliament Street, and then we'll reevaluate. Might go south down Parliament through Cabbagetown. Maybe we'll just keep going west. Maybe we'll go south at Jarvis or Sherburne. Who knows? We have left, or are leaving, the Plato Estates and Greektown just beyond it. Broadview Station just to the north of here, where you could catch the 504 or 505 streetcar. Does the bike lane from Danforth reach downtown? Yes. It'll go from past Victoria Park all the way into Etobicoke, pretty much. Did you take us along Eglinton, along Yonge from Eglinton southbound on a live stream? Oh, I have done that so many times, and I'm sure we'll do that again. I live at Yonge and Eglinton. I try not to do that stream more than once a month. We're waiting for the signal here. There we go. But if you're curious about the bike lanes, just go into Google Maps and flip on the bike lane layer. Jobon says, why didn't the car stop? Well, there's a signal there. They had a green light. I had a don't walk sign. How long is the walk from Yonge and Eglinton to Queens Quay? I don't know, if I power walk it, maybe an hour and a half. If I lollygag it, maybe 2 hours, I don't know. City Adult Learning Center. Good morning, Derek C. So we are now on Bloor Street East. I think it starts just before or right at the end of the viaduct. We'll cross the Don River and head into downtown. Financial district off in the distance. Gertej says Friday is almost here. It's Wednesday. Oh, hey, look, a butterfly. Greetings, Peter Stock. Are you still down in Florida? The Don Valley Parkway. Smitty says got Florida heat today in Toronto. Daniel Smith says, is that actually to stop people from jumping? Yes, there was quite a problem with it on this bridge. Sadly, after putting up the luminous veil here, it didn't actually have any statistical impact on the numbers. And there's another bridge just north of here at Millwood over the Don Valley that saw a few incidents on Father's Day, tragically. But at the same time, there was a problem here and they addressed it. So effective or not, I think it was the right thing to do. I don't even know if these things work anymore. But there's the Lower Don Recreation Trail just below. And the Don River, which feeds into Villiers Island. I'm pretty sure that recreation trail is not officially open yet. Wendy Lau is surprised I'm out today on such a hot day. Hey, in the middle of winter, I'd kill for a day like this. That guy's wearing like a hoodie and a face mask. He must be sweating his face off. Mike Landry. $2. Thank you, Mr. Mike Landry, for the support. Hope all is keeping well. There's Bayview Avenue, and because the lower recreational trail was closed, there is this trail that runs parallel to it, which serves as a suitable alternate. And that'll spit you out in the Canary District. Captain Feathersword says they're headed for a 41 Celsius humidex in Kitchener this afternoon. Yikes. It's mold growing conditions indoors. So it's probably going to spike much higher than that. Yeah, I overheard a couple of Americans. I know they're Americans because they were talking in that nonsensical Fahrenheit gibberish about how hot it was yesterday. All I did was go out and make a couple of e-scooter videos. And I was slimy and gross when I got back. Well, good afternoon to you. Robert Patrick, you're welcome. Philly looks like a great town. I've only ever passed through. I've never spent any actual time there. Christine from Chicago, greetings. So we have just finished crossing the Bloor Viaduct, connecting the Riverdale neighborhood to Rosedale to the north of here and downtown Toronto just to the south. I know it's gross when my camera batteries are dropping quicker than normal. Emma PH, $3 Canadian. Emma PH, thank you so much for the $3. Thank you, Emma. So very kind of you. Emma says Danforth and Broadview is Riverdale. If I'm not mistaken, that is Riverdale. I think everything south of East York is Riverdale. Just go into Google Maps and type in Riverdale and it'll draw you an outline. Christian says hello from Yonge and Eglinton. That's where I'll be heading a little bit later on. Yes, why yield to pedestrians? Well, he waved at me, so that makes it okay. Don't I hate the heat wave? It is what it is. Dealing with it. I don't quite have that oily, sweaty slime on my forearms yet. Johnny, stop in Philly sometimes and eat a delicious cheesesteak. I guess there's always something about eating the food that an area is famous for. I always find it kind of a bit of a letdown. Like if I'm in Thailand eating khao soi to the north where that dish originates, and I'm thinking, it's actually better in Toronto. It's certainly not better value. What can I make for lunch without using the oven? In my case, that would just be a smoothie or a bowl of cereal. I'm assuming microwave oven is included in that. I'm all out of chili. Yeah, exactly. The portion is about a third in Thailand, but the price is about a tenth. And you get to eat it on like a rickety stool and drink some chang. My comment was simply the food itself to me tastes better here. Alright, it might be time for me to capture the thumbnail for this stream. Pretty awesome view. Line 2 of the subway. I'm a little bit nervous putting my camera down on this ledge, but what could possibly go wrong here? A gust of wind could... Alright, that's enough tempting fate. Alright, I'll replace that silly AI generated thumbnail with the picture I just took here. There's a guy with a bike helmet and a camera. All right, here is Parliament Street. What says you guys? Keep going on Bloor or south down Parliament into Cabbagetown? Lisa says, you've noticed some folks really dislike those AI photos. I get it, but I also kind of like the fact that it bothers people, so I'm not going to stop using them every now and then. They're easy placeholders on a live stream. I usually update them with a real photo after. If my channel was mostly AI thumbnails, yeah. Zach McNally says Bloor. Jonathan says Bloor Annex. Annex? Maybe not. I just posted a video through the Annex. No, I haven't yet posted that. Jellybean says south. South into Cabbagetown, says Neville. Oh, we... South down Parliament, please. It's pretty even in terms of the sentiment. Johnny's Umbrella says south. South seems to be winning. Yeah, Lisa, I find it amusing that it bothers people. So I'm gonna keep doing it. Like, really, it's a thumbnail. Alright, it looks like Parliament won. All the initial votes were for Bloor, but Parliament Snuck up in one. Now, I use an AI thumbnail like a couple of times a month. And sometimes when I'm doing a live stream, if I don't have the time or if I'm too lazy to set one up ahead of time, I'll whip up an AI generated one and I'll replace it later. It's just funny that it bothers people. I think it's funny. Today's thumbnail has like a guy holding an ice cream cone behind his back. There's like a million streetlights that make absolutely no sense. So we are heading south into Cabbagetown, St. Jamestown on the right. One of the oldest, if not the oldest cemetery in the city is on the left. We're going to be walking through the retail part of Cabbagetown once we get down to around Wellesley. Lisa says nothing wrong with it. Yeah, AI thumbnails are like art. It's in the eye of the beholder. Ooh, nice oasis of shade. Just enjoying the coolness provided by this tree canopy until step back out into the sun. Where can I find AI pictures of Homer Simpson at Skirtage? There are countless AI generators online. You can just have them make them for you. And a lot of what you see on Instagram is AI assisted. Adobe has infused their products with so much AI. A lot of people are complaining that they can't get all the AI prompts out of their Adobe products. And there's a big shift towards Affinity Photo, and that's one of the reasons for it. Also, Adobe has very sleazy terms of service now and a predatory subscription model. Johnny, where's your water bottle? I typically don't have anything to drink on the first half of a stream. If I start to get lightheaded, we'll pop in and have a snack, and I'll grab a drink. All I had this morning was a bottle of Perrier, a bowl of Shreddies, and a coffee. But hello, Cabbagetown. Nice neighborhood. We're on the very east side of downtown. For rent, 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, 1 year are available. Neat. This is Wellesley Street coming up. Dream Machine asking if I'm using a DJI Pocket 3 to live stream with. The answer to that is yes. We'll wait for the next light cycle. And we'll chill in the shade. Brad Palmer. Congrats again on hitting 1,000 subscribers, Brad Palmer. No small accomplishment there, Brad. Congrats to you. I ran into a viewer at the end of a video I recorded yesterday who was recording in the square to always be called Dundas. And he'll appear at the end of an upcoming video. I'm forgetting his channel name. Got some palms, mother-in-law's tongues. That store has a pretty good plant game. Okay, I'm asking what's for lunch? I don't know. Should we do Shake Shack? IKEA hot dogs. Smitty, the line for Shake Shack looked about 10 or 15 minutes deep yesterday. I think it's calmed down a bit. Maybe we'll pass by there on this stream or finish up there. There's a lot of absolutely beautiful residential streets in Cabbagetown. How about a shake review? We came as close to reviewing that as I ever will a milkshake in the live stream I did with Henry from Toronto Tech and Transit last Thursday. Too much hoopla, you'll wait a few years. Do I ever get lost in the city still? Depends where, but anywhere near downtown, no. If this were Paris or Amsterdam, probably. Those cities just spin you around and around. But the street grid here is pretty simple. It's pretty easy to find the direction towards the lake, and you can figure everything else out from there. There's Winchester. That's an old hotel on the corner there. The Winchester Arms with a Church's Chicken in it. There's someone having a very animated conversation, holding luggage in the bike lane over there. Thank you, Sheena, for deleting that very inappropriate message. Mods, you can just ban people if they say something along those lines. There's some Victorian home preservation. There's an old dance hall. Yeah, the residential neighborhood to the left of here, I'm thinking I'm going to feature that in an upcoming video. It is absolutely gorgeous. Jelly Bean says better to ban them than try to reason with them. Well, anything that is truly hateful or that ignorant should warrant a banishment.
I was like, no, perfect. And then it just turned on to be more thirsty boys. I was like,
Tough spot to pull out in the traffic from. Harjot asking how I am. All is well. I'm rocking my Pattaya City t-shirt. I bought this several months ago when I was where else but in Pattaya with Jason Rupp and Action Kid. This is Cabbagetown. How's Jeff holding up? I think he's doing well. I chatted with him not too long ago. Dream Machine says that was awesome. I remember you meeting up with AK in Thailand. It's hard to believe. I was hanging out with that guy in Bangkok. Back in like March? And he just got back from Asia 2 days ago. Chico in the van says Cabbagetown looks like a movie set. No frills, won't be beat. It also won't be shopped at by me. Cynthia says AK was in Asia for 5 months. I don't think I could do that. Don't get me wrong, I love traveling and being away, and I lived abroad for 5.5 years. I have a YouTube channel that centers around Toronto. Golden Pigeon Beer Hall. This place is excellent. This were the end of the stream. And if that patio had a better view, I'd grab a pint and a bite. Maybe leave the camera running and hang out there. Summers in Toronto, winters in Thailand, but then I'd miss out on all the blizzards and crazy snowstorms. Not that there's too many of them, but those are some of the most viewed content on the channel. I think my second biggest stream all year was of a snowstorm. It's also a stream that killed some of my audio gear. Deborah Smith is here. All right, we are continuing south on Parliament, I guess. There's bike cops. Bad boys. What you gonna do? Regent Park being redeveloped right across the street. Although I don't know if that is part of the redevelopment. That building is Daniels on Parliament. Construction worker just dropped his wallet and keys and wasn't aware of it. Hello, Firestorm. There's the northbound 65 Parliament bus. Do I watch Cops? No. Did I watch Cops? Yes. Espero says, Jinx, I owe them a beer. Yeah, Toronto Yardie, that was, I think, the second most watched stream I've done this year. And those ones are a lot of fun. I don't think the kids are in school down south, are they? Isn't it like a full-blown holiday? How not to walk on a street. Walk 3 abreast and fan wide to take up the entire sidewalk. Christos, yeah, I did, when that truckers thing came to Toronto, I streamed the night before and the day of. That was a pretty big stream. This is Dundas Street. A little rough around the edges in these parts. Derek's asking if I'm gonna have some lunch after a long walk. You bet. Will it be Shake Shack, IKEA, Five Guys? Maybe I'll just go home and make a smoothie. I don't know. John asking where I'm heading. Well, we started in Greektown around all the construction at Pape Station, and I walked west along Danforth and then blew her over to Parliament. Now we're heading south, but I don't really know. Probably going to finish up around Dundas Square. Some interesting events, or rather extremely depressing events, took place at City Hall yesterday regarding Dundas Square, where a certain pig-headed councillor doubled down and accused everyone who dare beg to differ with him as being racist. Anyways, maybe we'll save that rant for if I get to Dundas Square. Christo says IKEA coleslaw is no slouch. We have some water to drink out in the seat. I do not have any water on me now. I'm actually okay. I'm not feeling all that thirsty. Sir Bob Loblaw says, are they renaming it or not? Yes. We are living in the movie Idiocracy. Despite a petition with over 30,000 signatures and the fact that absolutely nobody supports this, they're going to spend $1 million of our dollars to rename something that will improve the lives of absolutely nobody. It's not like there's other things to spend money on that are more important. Gaby says give it up. No, that's the whole thing. We should not give it up. Complacency has gotten us to be in such a poor situation to begin with. Counselors going on their own bizarre little side quests, wasting money, doing something no one asked for in secrecy with no public input is not something we should tolerate, and not something we should just let go when it happens. I say fuck letting that go. If you let that go, then we truly are living in idiocracy. Rage, rage, rage against the diet light. Hey, there's Hangout Street. That little street food market that opened up. I went through there in a video. I was wondering how it was doing. I see a car in there. It's a really cool concept. We need more of that type of thing. But my advice to them is put up some benches to sit on and umbrellas and give people shade. And we are at Queen Street East. All right, where are we going? We're gonna have to turn west at some point. Shooter, King, Front. Well, Shooter would be in the other direction, but maybe don't let a car park at your food court. Poutine Yum, those food trucks must be scorching inside. Yeah, I hope they have a really good air conditioning system in there, or the world's best industrial fans or something. There goes a bus. Johnny, would you ever run for Congress? No. No, I would not. There's a guy not having a good day. Avery says King Street. We're waiting for the light to change here. Julie says Congress, wrong country. Cam could go for an ice cap today. How long have we been streaming for? I can't see. The sun is washing out my screen. These strides, just subscribe. Thank you. Just a friendly reminder, if you want to participate in the chat, you do have to be subscribed. But people are friendly, they don't bite. Everyone's welcome. Just don't spew hateful nonsense, and you'll get along just fine with everyone. March says 84 minutes. Thank you for confirming. There is Must, a reasonably priced, pretty neat furniture shop across the street. Hey, there's one person on that double-decker tour bus. And they've got a really neat plant shop in the main floor. Right across the street from a very high-end, or right connected to a very high-end furniture shop. I think it's owned by the same people, Home Society. Then you got the most expensive furniture store in the world across the street, Roche Bobois. I think I was streaming around here a month ago. I remember passing by those. I should do a video on that tour bus. Yeah, I should. It's quite expensive, but you can get a package that includes some other attractions. I last did a tour bus video. In fact, my only tour bus video was from Hanoi over a year ago. And that one was spur of the moment. I literally just saw a double-decker tour bus sitting there while I was in a cafe. And I Googled it, and it turned out it was like $5, so I ran across the street, and they were just about to take off. And I made a video, not knowing what the hell I was looking at or where we were going. we've made it to King Street East. All right, we're gonna head west here. I'll just let this stampede of people get through. There's another Ontario Line station in the making across the street. Derek C. asking, is it too early to put Christmas music on December 1st, Sheena? I feel like listening to it all year round. You do you. But if I leave your house party early because you're playing Christmas tunes, you only have yourself to blame? What street are we on? We are on King Street East, heading west. Please check your step counter before ending the stream. I think I started at around 2,000 or so. Let's see where we're at now. Oh, I'm only at 9,000 according to my Fitbit. So we've only done about 7,000 on stream. Chris Mills, it has indeed turned quite hot and muggy. Mr. D and the squad, welcome to the stream. Thanks for watching. Pretty Fair says a mango lassi would be good today. Oh, mango anything, as long as it's not hot and spicy. I'm starting to feel a bit zombie-like. Maybe we'll scoop up a cold beverage at some point. A lot of construction along King Street East. We're walking through where George Brown campus is. I see a lot of students waiting for the streetcars. Avery Kelly, welcome to Silver Tier. Avery Kelly. Thank you so much, Avery Kelly, for supporting the channel and joining the ranks of Silver Tier. I'll try to get that members and Patreon supporter exclusive video up by the weekend. I recorded it yesterday. Scotiabank Digital Factory across the street. I see people in jeans and long sleeve shirts. In the back of my head, I'm thinking they're nuts. But who am I to judge? Maybe they see me and think that guy's nuts. Deborah Smith thinking along the same line, saying it's interesting all the people wearing jackets and sweaters in the heat. Yeah, if that's your thing, go for it, but it's funny when you see people doing that and they're clearly sweating profusely. EC9 says, what's your favorite part of the city to walk in. Pretty much any vibrant neighborhood downtown, and even some west and east of downtown. Rest in peace, Betty's. The bar sued by the Betty Ford Clinic. Yeah, here's a guy in a jacket. I don't know. Maybe I'm existing in an alternate universe from some of these people. And where they are, it's actually cold. Although when I lived in Korea, in the winter it gets quite cold there, but they would absolutely blast the heat on the subways to the point where it would feel like a furnace. And I would see a lot of locals keeping their winter coats on, fully buttoned up, not sweating at all. And you'd look around and you'd see any Waigugins, which is foreigner like me, we'd be stripping down because they turn their subways into saunas. So not everyone experiences the heat or sweats the same, I guess, is the moral of that story. Yeah, Jelly Bean, you heard what I said.
It's like yelling, but like he's not yelling at anyone in particular.
Baby Kurt. We're in the St. Lawrence neighborhood. St. Lawrence Market will be just south of here, as will Berksey Park, but I think we're going to pass those on this one. This is linen weather at best. It's the kind of weather where you kind of wish you still had a top sheet on your bed. And you could just show or throw that comforter or duvet off to the side. I got rid of using a top sheet maybe 20 years ago. Stephen J, 20 bucks. Looking up hotels in Toronto at the end of August after the weekend in Boston where the hotel is more expensive. Stephen J, thank you so much for the $20. Much appreciated. I hope you have good luck finding a suitable hotel in Toronto. They're not cheap. But if you're here for a short time, just remember, I think location is everything. It's always worth paying a bit of a premium to get a good location on a longer trip. Maybe not experience a local neighborhood. Sink your teeth into things a bit more and save a few bucks. That's my philosophy when I go somewhere. EC9 says Berksey Park is great. Yeah, it might be one of my favorite smaller downtown urban parks. In fact, I know it is. It's a great place to grab lunch. Grange Park is another really great spot. Cam sleeps like a burrito. Thunder Bay, cheap rates. Yeah, but then you're kind of in Thunder Bay. When I went to Montreal, I met a guy who spent a week staying by the airport. And I was like, oh, is there like a conference or anything you're here to visit? And he's like, no, it's just a little cheaper. Well, staying by the airport in Montreal, it's basically an industrial wasteland. You have to take like a 45-minute long bus every day just to get into downtown. Ryama Kanata, 500 Japanese yen. Arigato, thank you so much for the 500 yen. Much appreciated. Eileen says top sheet and cooling pad on the mattress. I'm not a fan of the top sheet, but in weather like this, I think it makes sense. I'm gonna crank my AC so high. It will speed up global warming when I get home. All right, we will cut through St. James Park. Another absolutely lovely, smaller downtown park. I'm gonna fix my hat. Whew. Not quite sweating profusely, but getting there. Starting to get that sweaty, itchy head. Emma says you have a new sheet set on the way. You're going to try a top sheet just to see if it's changed. I was always like a fitted bed sheet with a top sheet and a comforter growing up. And I switched to just a duvet. And in the winter, I'd make it a heavier duvet. And now I've switched back to just a light comforter. I just throw the whole damn thing into the washing machine. It's so much better than struggling with a duvet cover. Just passing through, 10 bucks. Just passing through. Thank you so much for the 10 bucks. And if you are really just passing through, I hope you have a good one. Crystal says Europe is not known for its AC. It's also not known for fridges in hotel rooms, I guess. I stayed in a very nice, not inexpensive hotel in Amsterdam. There was no damn fridge, and everyone I met said they had no fridge in their hotel. Jelly bean, if you do, it's appreciated. Maybe a little easy on the sugar. Let me know if I'm going to the Cabbagetown Starbucks. If I was in a cafe and I had a choice of drink, I think I would just take a iced latte. What is going on with the streetcar here? It appears to be stuck. And that explains why there were lots of people waiting for streetcars back there. Oopsie doopsie. Oh boy. We got 1,000,001 problems facing the city. But let's rename a square. Jellybean says done, done, done. Thank you, Jellybean. Thank you so much. Transit chaos in Toronto. Is it like derailed maybe in the turn? FC says looks like it derailed. All right, we'll head over to Starbucks after gawking at this for a minute. Is it off the tracks?
Yeah, the middle car is.
Oh
We're
wow.
just gonna see if we can just reverse this and keep it on track because the other two wheels are on, and hopefully it catches. So it should work.
Awesome. Thank you for filling me in.
There's you want to see the sides all open and see what the wheels look like.
That's not every day you see this.
Oh, yeah.
So he just said it is off the tracks, but two of the wheel sets are still on, so they're just trying to nudge it closer, and then when they start the streetcar they're hoping that it'll pop back onto the tracks. Very friendly employer there, or employee there. Thank you. Now 600 people know what's going on. Thanks.
Oh, you're live, eh?
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
I always come across something. It doesn't matter. The city's crazy.
It is though, but it's a very uncommon thing. But unfortunately, we don't like this because it's
Well,
it's going down public.
yeah.
And everything else.
Well, 2 weeks ago, there was one that was derailed on King Street East just over there.
Yeah.
And I was streaming and I came across that.
That's crazy.
All right, well, thanks for your work. Very, very friendly and informative employee. Awesome guy. Well, we could sit here and gawk at this forever. I have a feeling there's not going to be a whole lot of change in the foreseeable future. Let's go get that coffee. I just wanted to let that guy know his info went appreciated. Yeah, so apparently it popped off the tracks and they're just trying to ratchet it back. I think the idea is if they pull the streetcar forward, that part that popped off the tracks will pop back on. Then I guess the big question is, will the next streetcar rolling through there do the same? They'll have to thoroughly inspect the tracks, I guess. The Hunter says, transit chaos seems to follow me. That would be neat to see the moment when they try to put it back on the tracks. I should have asked that guy how long he thought it would take. But I don't know if I want to stand around on a day like this all day. That could be hours from now. No doubt that's an awful lot of knowledgeable people on the scene doing their best to get transit going. That lady was just saying stay the hell away from King Street East. Have I been to the zoo? I have. Have I been recently? No.
And I said, like, yeah, I think that's what happened. Or that's
More transit chaos. TTC in full-blown crisis control right now, losing a major streetcar artery, as if they don't close enough on their own without these freak accidents. We're at King and Young. And Jellybean has been kind enough to send over a cold beverage to this Starbucks for me.
I was just...
Thank you, Jellybean. And I have not been here since the renovation. There it is. Jellybean, thank you so much. My gimbal is flipping around. Oops, ain't nobody want to see that. Jelly Bean, thank you so much for the coffee, Jelly Bean. Had a few connection snafus inside Starbucks. Sorry guys, bad coverage area for my mobile network right now. Normally it wouldn't be bad on this stretch of King. I'm not sure what's going on, but hopefully it will sort itself out. I lost my live chat. Thank you, Jellybean. And I've got chat back. I think what happened was that Starbucks was bathing in Wi-Fi, and that tends to interfere with my connection. Whatever Wi-Fi channels my camera is using were all jammed up. As I checked, my cell phone signal wasn't that weak. It should have been able to maintain a strong connection, but that can be one of the problems when you're hotspotting, is if the Wi-Fi channels are crowded, that can cause some issues. Well, thank you again, Jelly Bean. I'm feeling really sweaty and gross. This cold beverage is much needed. So we are now heading north up Yonge Street. Maybe we'll set our sights for Dundas Square. Do I like this order better? On a day like today, yes. This is what I would have ordered for myself if I was in any cafe. I have mixed feelings on the sippy cup lid. It's better than a paper straw, but it's not better than a plastic straw. Like, the whole cup is plastic. If we're really trying to save the environment, what difference does a straw make? And a look down south. Crystal says the injection of caffeine is very needed. They sell straws in a cute case. I don't know, I think if you buy like a $5 or $6 plastic cup with ice and liquid in it, a plastic straw shouldn't cost extra. Maybe that's just me. What's at the former Nordstrom space? A Simon's is moving in. It's a large kind of fast fashion-esque department store from Quebec. Italy is moving in. And I think I heard something else is moving in there too. But they've definitely done well to get some A or even S tier level tenants to occupy that void. Anhan says I deserve to relax now. Well, part of me is thinking I might want to go back to King Street and record that after this. But this is the Eaton Center on the left. Is the Marché still around? No, Movenpick pulled out of restaurants in Canada a while ago. Done. Thank you, Jelly Bean. Now we just have to find a bin. Chris Mills has a metal straw. Yeah, I have metal straws at home. remember drinking like a Diet Pepsi or something, I tend to use it. Keeps the old teeth from turning a nice shade of brown. Ooh, there's a nice blast of air conditioning rushing out of the Eaton Center there. Thank you again, Jelly Bean, for the iced latte. We'll look up at the Massey Tower. Some mail says the milkshakes at Fran's are good. Yep, Fran's right over there. Although, if I'm going to Fran's, I'll just walk a few blocks north and head up to the college location. You got a neat upstairs area. Rather than honking at that cyclist, that bus could have just slowed the fuck down. The cyclist is allowed to be anywhere in the lane they feel like if safety dictates. I know that was a hey, I'm coming honk, but how about not drive like a maniac in a bus downtown? Where to now? We're going to the square always to be named Dundas, just to the north. I'll also accept young Dundas. That girl, or that lady was just like, it's a little warm. Hey look, those ugly gray concrete barriers are painted blue and say Toronto on them. That's a nice touch. This is Yonge and Dundas coming up, and Shake Shack is lined up. I guess that will not be on the cards for lunch today. One sec, guys, sorry. Fiddling with my phone there for a sec. This was not that busy yesterday.
So they're probably just too late now. No, it's not. It's like when you strap. It's like.
Five Guys right over there, no line. Mary W asking if I'll have telephone call-ins again. Yeah, I'm sure I will. That was a fun segment on the Johnny Stumbles channel. We'll let viewers call in. No, thank you. All right, let's head over into the square. Someone is singing, but they sound like they're having an aneurysm. Get some clean, fresh Toronto drinking water, infused with a healthy dose of industrial waste fluoride. Uniqlo. Ooh, these fountains are nice. You know what? Let's sit down on the chair. Ah. It's hot as balls. Welcome to the Dundas Square cam. Gertej asking how my feet are doing. We went with the Zero HFS2 barefoot shoes. My feet are doing well, but I'm quite the slimy bastard right now. But I think this is about it. Oh, that guy is filling his drink up with the fountain. What are you doing, sir? Are you insane? There is actual, like, potable drinking water free right there. And you're sticking your can into the fountain, filling up water? And I think you took a drink from it. Hey, I'm not one to judge, but you do something crazy. And it's not gonna go unnoticed. You guys saw that, right? Let him, yeah, I let him do it. But I'm allowed to comment on it. But I want to thank everyone who tuned in. I want to thank our mods for their good work. This one started up in Greektown, went west along Danforth, all the way across the Bloor Viaduct, south down Parliament, all the way down to King Street East. Then it was west all the way over to Yonge Street, then north to the square, always to be called Dundas Square. To call it anything else would be blasphemous. Bro thinks he's in Rome, but I want to thank everyone. Caroline, $10. So glad you're taking a break. Yeah, I'm debating going down and filming a video on King Street or having some lunch. I've still got plenty of energy, but it feels like we've reached our natural conclusion. Thank you to Jelly Bean for the delicious drink during the stream. And just thank you to everyone for tuning in. Our mods, Patreon members, channel members, everyone who sent support, and just everyone who viewed. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell, and all that fun stuff as well. But thank you so much, guys. And I will catch you on the next one. I'm going to let the stream get to 130 minutes, and then I'm going to sign off. But thank you so much, Carolyn, for the $10. You're welcome, Janice S. As I shamelessly increase the length of the stream. Although with those connection troubles at the Starbucks, it might end up not being a full 130 minutes. Alright, that's about it. Thank you so much, everyone. Stay inside where it's nice and cool, or go outside and sweat your balls off. But thank you. Yoink.